We are the Hollywood Paranormal Detectives.
Who are those badasses sitting in front of Nevada State Prison? I think that's us.
Ew.
What's up? You know, didn't even drop you out, didn't even bring you up.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
With Crazy Mandy Maisie, just sitting there ready to rock. Everybody, I want you all right, Mandy, get your phone, share it to Facebook.
I'm here. That's what I was trying to do.
Everybody watching, share it out loud, share it out loud to everybody in the world.
We're here.
I'm just singing. How do I
We're
share
out.
it? Wait a minute. Anyway, my friends, once again, we had a great guest for you, and things have fallen through the cracks. So you're stuck with yours truly and his new little trusty steed, Crazy Mandy Maisie. Good old Brian
That's
is working
me.
hard to make the effects world keep on rolling.
Good job, Brian.
How do I just copy?
That's really loud, Steven.
What's really loud?
Your phone.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't just share it. It's like I gotta share it.
You have to make a post.
I don't know how to do that. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Now I can do it. Now it wants me to send it. What in the world? In a world where people cancel. So you guys, tonight we're going to take you down a trip of memory lane because last time, am I getting a big echo? Let me know in the comments because I'm hearing it. We got 1 like already and a laugh. Haha. 5 of you watching already. Share that out because you're gonna see some of the best evidence from HPD season 1. Mandy,
yes.
you weren't part of the team.
No,
and you
I was not.
to like remember some of this evidence. And it's always like you forget like how clear a voice was or how amazing something was until you go back and check it out.
I was sitting on my couch watching it from home.
So tell me, this sounds weird and this is weird for me. We are on level 0 of celebrity, but how did you stumble across HPD? Like,
I was looking for a paranormal group to join. And I Google searched the shit out of it, and you guys popped up.
Were we first, or was there a lot more?
There are a couple other groups, but yours popped up, and I was like, "Oh, they look fucking cool." And I was like, "I like the logo." And then I started watching your YouTube channel.
Good.
God, how long ago was that? It was a long time ago.
I think you first mentioned me after the Charman.
Yeah.
And that was episode.
It was pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was a long time
pre-COVID. Yeah. So that's how I kind of discovered you guys. And I was like, I'm going to stalk you on Facebook. I'm going to message you all the time.
I mean, you didn't. You always kind of were just sort of letting me know that there was someone that could help, or just like letting me know that that was cool, good evidence, like sort of a way. Like there's an old wrestlers thing that like if you have a match and you get to the locker room and your friend goes good match, that means they didn't watch it and they didn't like it because they had no details, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I have so many people. I like your show. What episode? That Janis Joplin one. Oh, that means you watched 5 minutes of the first episode and never watched anything else.
Yeah. That's it.
Which hurts my feelings. But you always came back after every episode. And back in the day, I was crazy. I would private message everyone I could the new episode with a link, trying to get everyone to give me feedback. Oh, we went from 5 to 2. We were doing so well. Well, let's start it. Here's a little clip of from Janis Joplin. I believe this is Janis's voice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. We got you a great costume. That was
Wow.
we turned the spirit box on. We're in room 105 where Janet died.
Yeah.
We turn it on. I mean, it sounds like the voice from Mercedes Benz. Hi.
It has vocal tone
Yeah.
to it. It's got like that raspiness kind of to it. Like it sounds like her.
It sounds
That's
like
pretty impressive.
And we turn and Boom's like, oh, dude, dude. Like it was pretty shocking. And then
how far into the investigation were you when you caught that?
So this is what we did. We kept the door closed. We entered the room like it was a war zone. Sort of how we did even in Nevada State Prison. Like we have our base camp, but when we leave, we're like in Aliens. We've got our equipment. We're aiming, you know.
Yeah.
But we went into the room
because you guys were like knocking on the door, right? Like,
yeah, we knocked on the door, waited for her to answer. We cracked the door open, asked Janice if we could come in. We came in real slow. We talked to her, and then we stopped. And so that was like phase 1 of investigation. We unpacked. We ate dinner. Let it get dark. We turned on the spirit box, and it goes, "Hi."
She's like welcoming you,
and it's like, whoa,
to her room.
And then we do this to her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no. We got you a great costume. You're going to love it.
Awesome. Okay.
It's,
Nice. Nice.
So you saw a lot there.
Yeah.
So first,
Brian,
what better way to make contact with Janis Joplin than dressing up Brian as a hippie? And he made good contact. And you heard an EVP there of the it's like kind of a tone. It's pretty amazing. And then that It's Cold, that last spirit box, that was the first thing I heard that I like threw headphones off and pushed back in my chair. Like,
you're like,
that's too clear.
Yeah. Can you play it again?
Let's do it all one more time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Listen for Janis. Don't laugh at Brian.
I can't help it. It's so good.
Like, listen, the It's Cold is so low and clear.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no. We got you a great costume. You're going to love it.
Awesome. Okay.
It's,
Nice. Nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And I'm also about 30 pounds smaller, I'm noticing.
No, don't start.
Don't
and
you know what? So the theme I was trying to do was I wanted to be Dan Aykroyd from Dragnet. I wanted to be like, welcome to Hollywood Paranormal Detectives. This is room of Janis Joplin. She is allegedly like, I wanted to talk fast and I wanted to give information and I wanted to like kind of be the straight guy, be real serious and really, you know, and I can't be the non-silly guy.
Yeah, you're just serious,
but I wanted it to almost like look like, oh, these guys aren't t-shirt wearing
stand out and be different.
Yeah, I wanted people to think we were pretty official. So Janis, I mean, I feel like we could even go back. I was
just gonna say that would be cool to go back and see.
I thought about during COVID, like I should go do a solo, and stay and see if I can make more Janis content.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Maybe all of us take turns doing a solo. So the name Hollywood Paranormal Detectives.
Mhm.
You know why we chose that?
No.
Why we didn't do Hollywood Ghost Hunting or Hollywood Ghost Detectives?
Well, the Hollywood is straightforward because y'all live
We live and work
in
in
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Right. Okay.
And we had gone to the Stanley Hotel. And because our team was Los Angeles Ghost Researchers, never liked that name. Because it said Los Angeles, they thought we were very important. I remember they gave us free tickets to a show. They like got us in front for something. They did all kinds of stuff because they thought we were a big LA team.
Yeah.
And what's more LA than LA is Hollywood, you know. So
Yeah.
originally we thought Los Angeles Ghost Detectives or Los Angeles Paranormal Detectives, but Hollywood was bigger, you know.
Yeah.
And we did paranormal because we were like, we don't want to just do ghosts. We want to do Bigfoot, aliens, gnomes, leprechauns, werewolves, vampires.
Yeah.
So episode 2, I was determined to find a Bigfoot. And this is what I got.
On this very beach in 2014, a fisherman saw a large, hairy man creature.
Hey.
Brian, I'm sorry.
And see, I remember some of the first comments on episode 2 were like, these ghost hunters / comedians. And I was like, even though that was planned, we're not faking anything, of course. But you gotta throw in some funny and pre-plan a little bit. Have you ever seen that clip?
No. That's why it's so good.
So
good.
I'm gonna post that separately soon.
You have to.
Hunting Bigfoot. What do you do?
Hunting, like.
What do you do?
What do you do?
You want to find a Bigfoot. What do you do? You head into the forest covered mountains.
I go into the forest. And
That's
then,
right.
Aren't you supposed to do like some call or something?
What?
Getting actually a 0.2 on the EMF detector in the middle of a forest. Then it's a theory that Bigfoots use caves like this in their migration for shelter is true, and that Bigfoots use orbs as a way to communicate, or orbs are a sign of Bigfoot location. The EMF energy in this cave may show that a Bigfoot has been here.
All right. So I took my ghost hunting equipment into the woods with the theory, because have you ever heard some of the craziest Bigfoot teleporting theories?
Yeah.
And Bobo. So when I met Bobo himself from Finding Bigfoot on the Queen Mary Nick Groff tour, he said he saw a bunch of squatches and then this big blue orb, like the size of a Volkswagen, like came through the forest and like chased him down a mountain and almost chased him off the side of a cliff. Yeah, he said he was running as fast as could and he was crying and he was just like screaming.
What the fuck?
Big blue ball of light, almost like protecting the squatches, came after him.
Oh shit.
So that's why I just like EMF energy in a cave.
Yeah.
What if I can fast forward a little? I'm gonna let the whole Bigfoot clip play. You'll get to hear some calls.
Getting actually a 0.2 on the EMF detector in the middle of a forest. Then it's a theory that Bigfoots use caves like this in their migration for shelter is true, and that Bigfoots use orbs as a way to communicate, or orbs are a sign of Bigfoot location. The EMF energy in this cave may show that a Bigfoot has been here. That was the first time I used it.
Oh boy.
Woo! On this very beach in 2014, a fisherman saw a large, hairy man creature.
Hey,
Brian, I'm sorry.
we're telling them we're here with this one. We're a family of squatches, which we are. We're a family of squatches. We're a family of squatches, and we're letting them know to come to us. Everybody ready? I'm gonna do a finger countdown. Ready?
Yes.
3. Just a couple of boys up in the woods.
I want to go out there and just call out.
So what happens with squatching though, you're having fun, you're making calls, and then you start going, I do not want to see fucking Chewbacca walk through the woods and say hi right about
I
now.
mean, realistically, what would you do?
It gets a little scary.
That actually happened.
It gets a little scary. How'd you like those calls?
That's pretty impressive.
That's making some calls.
But
in the woods.
I feel like I can do better though. I want to go out there and do it.
I'd like to say we dropped down to 1 viewer. So
why you gotta call it out?
Hey, I'm making it real. Keep it real. Come on, people. That
why
one viewer. That one viewer. Share this shit out and get some people watching. HPD Live in your face. In your squatchy district.
In your squatchy face. Oh, I heard something earlier about Bigfoot, and it was a really interesting theory that I never heard before. I have to find it. If I find it, I need to tell you about it because it's pretty cool.
Is it about a large, hairy man creature?
No. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it.
Well,
it was somebody posted it. Was it a TikTok video or something about like a theory about Bigfoot and why they're here? And it was, I don't know, it was super fascinating.
I've heard a lot of theories about Bigfoot. I've heard what you think are cavemen are Bigfoot, what you think are grays or aliens, and they crossbred them to make humans. So we're a little bit gray, we're a little bit Bigfoot, so we're the humans. So the original inhabitants of this planet were Sasquatch. That's why we don't have fur, and we have never had a sociological time where we would have lost our fur. You know what I mean? It's in cold climates we would have grown fur just like animals. We've never had a time that it was so hot that we would have generationally gotten out of our fur. We don't make any sense. We almost only show the beginning of adaptation through generation is the hair on our head. Like a hairless gray might start to grow hair after being on a planet for a while. All theory. I'm not a lunatic.
Interesting. No, I'm just, so my degree is in anthropology. And so we quite heavily studied evolution, and I'm trying to figure out. I like your mug. I'm open though. I'm always open to anything and everything, but I'm trying to figure out how it fits into.
Well, that's what they say. That's just one of those theories is that we would die in any environment alone, essentially, because we're not made for it. So how can we think we were made for this planet? All the theory. That's the theory that goes along with that. That you would think, people from the north would be hairy, people from the south would have no hair.
But over millions of years, you adapt to your climate and to where you're at, and we essentially lose certain aspects. It's ever changing, right?
Yeah.
So,
but that's what they were saying. Is we never used to be hairy, and now we are done with it, or we never grew hair in the Ice Age because we didn't have enough time. Like, I don't know. We're getting crazy Bigfoot
Ah,
talk.
we're
right
getting
now.
down. We're going down this rabbit hole.
We're going down the rabbit hole of
We're
Sasquatch
going down the
alien
rabbit hole.
inbreeding.
Um,
And they ride Loch Ness monsters.
well, I mean, just like Abraham Lincoln rode the dinosaurs.
It's true.
They
You would
rode-
know. You
I
would know.
I would know. Abe's like my best friend. But like Neanderthals are, I think, fairly close to what Bigfoot would be.
Yeah.
So, and Neanderthals bred with us, obviously. I don't know. It's who knows? Who really fucking knows?
Who really knows?
Oh, look, my dad's watching.
That's right.
Ew.
Sorry, everybody. Wish there. Get it out there. Just me and the Maisies going over.
Just
all that.
it's my family, and then you.
Yeah, that's it. My parents are already asleep. My wife and son put it on the TV and watch.
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
Hi, Cam.
So, hi kids. Hi Ben. I love you. Hi Olive. Hi Tay. I'll start crying.
All right, what's next?
Episode 3, we had tryouts.
Ooh.
It was me, Brian,
That's
and Boom. We were trying to go to big locations.
Yeah.
Essentially, we wanted a cameraman
Mhm.
because we were trying to figure out. I was learning to film, I was learning to edit, and I was realizing I had no footage. So it was really hard to edit some of these locations.
Yeah.
And so we did tryouts, and we essentially got, 2 of the interns that worked with us where me and Brian worked, and the guy who films the wrestling shows at the wrestling school. I teach wrestling. And I thought they were all just fine. And I thought they were all going to join up, and none of them ever called back. We used Barry. We used Barry again on the Patty Negri episode. She helped us film. He helped us film. But like, I invited all 3 of them to Charman. I invited all 3 of them, I think, to something else, like the Hornet. None of them were interested. None of them called back or like.
Wow. And here I was just asking.
You hadn't found us
Way.
yet. It wasn't Charman yet. But one of the most interesting things at tryouts was seeing a silhouette where the moving statue was. Here's a little clip
Oh yeah.
from tryouts.
Ooh.
Right there.
Look, there's eye shine right there, though.
I saw something when you first shined
There was
the
somebody right
light.
right there on that bench.
No, there's got those little lights on some of the graves.
But like, I was up there, and as that car went by, I saw
Was that like a lady?
it was like a silhouette of like a little boy, kind of.
Oh, and
He was sitting right there.
why am I forgetting your name already?
Nice.
Barry.
Oh my god!
Nice.
I've
Nice.
never seen anything in my life.
Did you think you saw your first ghost?
I mean, I saw a person sitting there.
Yeah, I got good light.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Nice.
Where? Oh, I see it. Night.
Well done, Steve.
If you notice, we are all shining our flashlights toward where the statue is, but no one actually sees the statue.
Well, it looked like he was facing the other way, and he didn't look like a person. I could see the white. If you can look from right here in the dark, I can see the white of the bench, right?
Yeah.
But what I saw was
went by.
I saw the white of the bench, and it looked like a completely black little boy sitting on the bench. And I was like, no, maybe it's the light thing, but there's nothing there.
So
Whoa.
the coolest thing about that is, like I said in the middle, we're all shining our lights over there and all talking about it. Not one of us shines our light on that statue, which is right there, and says, oh, there's the statue. Was the statue even there? That's the statue that's supposed to move. A car drove by, and I
Oh.
saw what looked like a child sitting on a bench like this. The silhouette through the light, the headlights,
Oh.
a
Oh.
black silhouette, and I always find it really weird that none of us realized that's where the statue was.
That's interesting. That's
And
really
it was just me because everyone was in front of me and I was talking to all of them. And the car drives by and I look over and I kind of freak out. And also I'll add that's an example of we didn't have a good camera. That's just Brian was sort of holding his camera and talking. You know, we weren't ready.
I thought it was really cute that Boom was like, "Did you just see your first ghost?" Like,
well done.
I said, "Well done."
Well done. Well done.
I love it. It's so cute.
I hope you get to investigate with Boom.
He
is
living for the day that I get
he's
to investigate
one
with him.
of a kind.
I'm really. I hope so. Please, Boom, come back for like one appearance.
Yes, make sure you're safe in the Ukraine and then get back to us. Yeah. Tryouts was pretty neat. And
where was that at?
Glen Haven Cemetery.
Okay.
And that was a place pre-HPD where if we wanted to ghost hunt on a Friday night, we just grab our equipment, go up there, and not film, and we'd always get good stuff.
Yeah.
Because when you don't film, it's like it didn't happen. That's so weird. And we'd go up there all the time. And we haven't been since tryouts. And we used to go like all the time.
We should go.
But now I want to film. And it'd be
fuck it.
Glen Haven Part 7, you know. But why not? You're right. Why not?
Why not? If it gets good evidence and
there's a really cool mausoleum. That's where I jumped onto Brian because I thought the deer was gonna hit me.
Remember that.
Had you ever seen that episode?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Well, we got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think we should do that. We should do Glen Haven between one of these months that we got big stuff. It's somewhere local. We can just drive up.
Might as well. It's free.
It's pretty cool. Now the next one was, I thought, because the Charman, I wanted to do a vampire. So we discovered the story of the Ojai vampire. Mm-hmm. The Ojai vampire is allegedly some rich guy who moved to Ojai from England. He owned some sort of business and was buying up the town or something like that. I'm very vague. I don't have my precise details of the legend. But also people were going missing or something like that. And then the town like killed this guy and put his coffin out in the woods and buried him out in the woods in a concrete pillar with a window so they could see his face. That's the story. And supposedly you can go into the woods in Ojai and find this.
All right.
Look up Ojai vampire.
I'm doing it.
We looked up a lot, but every time you look up Ojai vampire, it says Ojai vampire and other myths like the Charman. Everything kind of leads to Charman because there was a lot more stories. And then it turned out, good friend of mine, Frank Ryberg, had a Charman incident from childhood where he went to summer camp and a boy ran off in the woods and came running back claiming he had seen Charman, and everybody laughed and the kid didn't break. He was in tears and he was frantic. They had to take him home and he never came back. And Frank said they all went into the woods looking for Charman. They were all scared. And
wow.
It was one of the best episodes we ever did. It was the first.
What is this Charman supposed to look like?
Okay. So there's many theories onto who the Charman is. One, there's a fire, I believe in 1940 something. I knew it back then. A fire in the 1940s, where a man burned and died, and his son burned and didn't die. But when the firefighters came, he just screamed and ran into the forest. And so supposedly he would come out of the forest horribly burned and steal. There's another story where it's the opposite. Son died, the father burned. There's a story where it's a firefighter who died in the fire and is now a ghost of a burned firefighter. There's
So
a
the
story.
just keeps evolving.
There's a bunch of stories and a bunch of theories. There's a story of a car accident on Charman Bridge, and the man's wife burns and dies, and he's burned, and he runs into the woods. And now you go to that bridge and say, "Help me, Charman." He comes out of the woods and kills you. Yes.
Sorry.
But there's a bunch of
Oh my God.
There's legends. He's a fire elemental cryptoid summoned by a shaman in Camp Comfort, which is right next to the bridge. So there's a bunch of stories of how this burned firefighter, burned zombie guy, a burned hermit, burned something, I remember telling Brian, like, and the story is, if you say, "Help me, Charman," at night, he comes out of the woods and kills you.
And he kills you.
Brian's filming and he goes, "What?" I just remember Brian going, "What?"
That sounds so stupid.
But there's another
It's
story
hilarious, though.
of a guy in the 70s, like his car ran out of gas, so he had a gas can and he was smoking a cigarette and walking, and he falls down and he gets burned on Charman Bridge, and now he haunts the bridge. If you drive by, there's a burned guy screaming at you. Tons of stories. There's so many stories in Ojai, it's ridiculous. And there's so many stories. A local hot sauce brand named their hot sauce Charman Hot Sauce.
Man, all this f***ing Charman is making me hungry.
Wait, guys, I've got tacos.
These tacos are kind of missing something. I have just the thing. How about some Charman hot sauce? That's good Charman.
A little more. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, pass that Charman.
Oh, look at that. He looks cool. He looks pissed.
Oh, it's so good.
That is good. I mean, it's got flavor. It's not just hot.
Yeah, it's got an afterburn, so be careful.
Yeah, it does, but it's tasty. Oh, it's hot. It's real hot.
There it comes.
There it comes.
It's a little bit delayed.
Charman! Charman! For December, I was Charman! Charman! Charman!
That's right.
That's
local
amazing.
hot sauce. That's the kind of fun that's going to be coming your way, Miss Maisie. We're going to be having some crazy fun like that.
No hot sauce, man. I'll die.
I died. My coughs those are real. I'm like, I was absolutely dying.
And of course, Brian's just fucking chugging along.
Oh yeah.
He loves
But one of no one was there. We need to return to this area that Frank went as a child to look for the Charman, which is the Foster Bowl, which was just over the hill from where the kid saw the Charman and ran back to camp. And so
so creepy.
To take Frank, which is he's a giant, he's the big Santa Claus, big guy. He's super nice, super smart. To take Frank back to Foster Bowl and to try to make contact with the Charman, it was a very unique experience. And to see, he almost lit up in the moment. I remember walking up the stairs. He goes, "I might not go in." And we got to the top of the stairs. He goes, "The moon is full. Your device is very active. We're going in." And I was like, what just happened? And he gets in, and Frank, I've never seen this man. He's always humble and nice.
Yeah.
Frank was stoically staring into the darkness. Oh man. Like shaking. And then the evidence we got, and you'll see Frank's reaction.
We are here on Charman Bridge. This is the location where the urban legend says if you pull up here at night, get out of your car and you yell, "Help me, Charman," he supposedly comes from the forest and kills you.
And during the night, that was the first time I'd ever heard the Charman story. And the version they told us was about a man, and not a spirit, who has been living in the Ojai area and had been burned in the 1948 fire. One of the kids came running back into camp, and he was terrified. He was shaking, and he was claiming he had seen Charman. And at first we're laughing, we're thinking, this is ridiculous, but he would not change his story. And the camp counselors had to take him aside and try to calm him down. At first they were angry, and then they thought, this something. Do you recognize me, Charman?
Was he close to finding you back then?
Do you have anything else to say? Are you watching us now, Charman?
You got it.
All right, I'm out of here.
What's wrong? You feeling it, Frank? All right.
Out of here.
Watch your steps, Frank.
Oh,
careful, sir. What were you feeling? You just slow down. You felt.
Oh my god!
I have tears in my eyes right now because, I mean, that was the spirit box session.
Yeah.
What's your reaction?
Well, I remember watching it and just watching it now because I haven't seen it since then. Like, he was so startled, he almost fell trying to get away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's like a real reaction, you know.
And just did you see the way? I mean, only I was there, which is so scary. It was sort of like Nevada State Prison. It got dark around us. It got
you felt like you were
dark
like trapped in
and quiet. And we were in the bottom of the ocean, just the two of us. And he was just like, I could tell he was about to snap.
Yeah.
And are you watching us now, Charman? You got it. And he
You
just
got it.
I mean, there's zigzags.
He's like fucking out.
It's abandoned concrete zigzag stairs, and he's probably 6'4", 300 plus pounds, and he booked it.
And he's like doing that like awkward laugh where he's trying to be cool, but you could tell that he's so freaked out.
I couldn't even stop him. I was like, "What's wrong, Frank? What's happening?"
He's like, nothing. He's like trying to run out.
And then I go back in with Boom, and Boom's aggressive, and I'm like, Boom, you weren't in here with Frank. Like,
yeah, you didn't see that. Hi, Damon. Hi, Bigfoot. What's up?
Hi.
I just want to say hi to them. But yeah, no, the reaction was very real for him. And he's a big guy. And
he's a
like,
big dude.
I mean, not that has anything to do with it, but
it's harder to scare.
He was so tough. And then in that moment, he was just, nope.
It was very scary and almost more scary.
Hold up, though. Hearing the "you got it," that was like the first time that I could really hear how it sounded at Goldfield.
Oh, at Goldfield, it's
the "you got it." Like it's the same. You got it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think
thing.
I've gotten that "you got it" another time.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre. Man, Frank heading for the hills was that's a moment I'll always remember.
Yeah.
Whew, I got chills watching that. I got misty-eyed watching it. For people who don't know, we are reviewing season 1 of Hollywood Paranormal Detectives. We're going over some of the best footage, some of the best evidence. You can go back and watch it on our YouTube channel and check out all these full episodes. Just because we had another great guest and scheduling didn't work out. So now you just got me and Crazy Mandy Maisie just telling you what happened in HPD season 1. All right. Our next investigation, it seemed like it just kept getting bigger. Charman got, for us, it was big. It got like 1,000 views overnight. And it was like,
oh, nice.
We've done it. We have hit it. We have hit a home run. We are famous. We are famous ghost hunters. And then knowing we had the USS Hornet coming right up.
Yeah.
And the Hornet we captured. I don't know what I edited these together so quickly today after I found out. We got 2 really good clips of evidence. Have you been to the Hornet or a big ship?
I've been on a big ship. 2. I've been on 2 big ships.
Okay.
But I've not been on the Hornet.
So we could go back to the Hornet.
The Hornet would be really cool.
They have whole sections we didn't go to.
Well, then we gotta go back.
And I'm the medium.
Because I'm a medium.
It's so big. It's a aircraft carrier. You know, like
I'm obsessed with aircraft. So I love it so much.
It's so big and it's so dark. Like kind of like it was nothing like Nevada State Prison though. Nevada State Prison was darker.
Nevada State Prison, in that back of the kitchen. Oh, I felt so uncomfortable. It was so dark, and you could feel all the people there, spirits.
Nevada State Prison was just you were in a video game. You were in a video game that your toy flashlight didn't.
You were in Left 4 Dead, and you didn't know where the girl crying was going to be at, and you didn't want to startle her.
Yeah.
You never played that game, huh?
I played it a little bit.
Oh, it was my favorite.
It was scary.
Scared the shit out of me every time.
Well, USS Hornet, though, 2 amazing clips of evidence. I think we got them both right here.
Fly. Wow. Okay. Wait. Whoa. Here we go. 0.
Take energy from our batteries for whatever you need.
2, 1, touch it. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Thank you so much.
Oh my God!
Thank you so much.
So cool.
Oh thank you so much.
So
you're so excited.
I Mel meters don't go off.
I know. That's so cool.
And for me, and so that is an example of when I learned for us to watch talking. You have Brian's talking and I'm talking. So I learned at that time, we got to make sure we have one person talking so I can edit. I could have edited that amazing evidence better if we hadn't have talked over. But it's still fantastic.
But still was amazing because that fucking
and
thing
it
went
was
off.
like 3. So what happened leading up to that? My REM-mel is off, turned off. And Boom said the lights turned on. And I go, Boom, that's impossible. It's turned off. He goes, your lights just they fluttered. And I turned it on and I set it down and I stepped away. I was probably, 3 or 4 feet away from it. And I was like, is this the device you want to touch? Don't try to touch it. Wait a moment. So take your time, gather your energy when you're ready. And I went real slow and I was like, so now I've given you time, touch it in 3, 2, 1. And it went, and it was just like first contact. Like, man, that was exciting.
That's cool.
That doesn't happen. That's a device. That's impossible. What I just showed.
Millimeter?
But what I just showed is impossible. For that device to activate on a table by itself with no contact is impossible. Yeah. And we've done it.
You did it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You had yours going off on Star of India.
I did. And the only other time I've actually had it go off, it wasn't mine, at Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum. He has 2 millimeters set up, one in the Kevorkian van and one in the Devil's Rocking Chair. And I remember both me and my brother down there, and we're in the basement, like we're all by ourselves, and you hear this beep in the distance, and the Devil's Rocking Chair millimeter is just going off, and it's behind a plexiglass wall, and it's just going off. And so it was great. But they do not go off. So when it does, it's always really exciting.
Yeah. And so with Boom is at the solitary confinement cell of a Japanese Zero.
Okay, I was like, can you clarify what the
Zero
was?
Pilot who tried to kamikaze the ship, lived, and they stuck him in there until he died.
Oh, shit.
And so pilot, the thing says fly.
Yep.
And then it says Zero.
That's really cool.
Like, I want to fly my Zero into you. Like, and that was pretty exciting.
That's really cool. Wow. Got to go back there now too. Shit, add that to the list.
We've been doing this. We've been doing this for years. This is season 1.
Gotta go back.
Season 4. Next, we went to the Pasadena Playhouse. Now, the Pasadena Playhouse, we went back twice because we went. Pasadena Playhouse was weird. So, like, there was this sewing room that was supposed to be so haunted. And we spent so much time, both times in this sewing room, with goose egg, no evidence. And it was like pitch black, dead quiet, like not a sound, perfect ghost hunting, no evidence both times. And we went back a second time, like we just had a dead night. Let's go back. Let's really hit that sewing room.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They're fucking in theater elsewhere.
Brian got the most. He was in the orchestra by himself, got called into a dressing room by a millimeter going off, and then him and Boom, when I edited this, it was like there were 2 spirits talking, and Brian and Boom were asking them questions. They would acknowledge them, but talk to each other. It was a male and female. This is one of the longest, most impressive, like, spirit box sessions I've ever seen. The final answer Boom gets is so long over so many sequences. I think I broke it up more than I did some of the other evidence. Let's check it out.
Just charged it. Just like I'm going to need to change batteries on my handheld camera. Can you tell me your name? I feel like there's a woman talking to me. Hey, is there a man and a woman speaking to us right now? Maybe you can show yourself now.
Oh, wow.
How
I forgot
long?
about that. That was
maybe
great.
In time I do
for you. Same
and it's
voice.
all the same voice.
Same
and that
voice.
is a radio freak. That is like proof the spirit box works to people, I think.
Yeah. That's impressive.
And that's the sequence edited down. That
it's
let's
so
get out
clear.
of here.
And the when he said, I feel like there's a woman talking to me, and he said there is. It was so clear. I was like, whoa, holy shit.
If you get bored, Mandy, go back and watch that. That is that full sequence. That may be in time. I do for you. And you know how it is. You watch it over and over. It gets clearer and clearer. And you start almost hearing the lip smack. You know what I mean? In time, I do for you. Like, you can almost hear the saliva and the spiritual voice.
It's almost a little sultry.
and we freaked out. Yeah, it was very intense. God, I forgot how great that sounds.
That's good.
And
That's
then,
really
so once again, we do some experiments around this place. We dress up Brian as a hippie. I did not address me with the club breaking. I had bought that club and carried it in my backpack for like 4 years as my Bigfoot hunting wood knocker. And the first thing I hit it on snapped it right in two.
Was it meant to be?
Was it meant to be?
Was it meant to be?
So in the playhouse, there's supposedly a cat spirit.
Yes.
Boom has cats. So Boom devised a way to. What are you laughing about? Cat spirits are just. Well, cat spirits are normal.
I know. You have to. Let me tell you my cat story later.
Oh. You want to tell it now or after? You know what? I'm going to give you this and see if maybe this inspires you to make feline content and try to not laugh at my face at the end, which I didn't know I was making.
Well, I've been told that there is a cat, a haunted cat around here, and we want to provoke it.
It's so bad. It's good.
But
It's so
I don't
bad.
know. I said, Boom, maybe get a recording of some meows. He got this like repeating like cat porno sounds of like
that was amazing.
And we sat there for so long. And then he kept pulling out these professional like very professional cat contact sounds.
Oh,
I had no idea what was going on, and I also kind of had no idea I was making that face.
It's
you
so
never
funny.
know
It's
till
so
you
funny.
try.
It's so funny. But
tell me your
Oh
cat
my
story.
God. That's so funny. When I was at the Washoe Club, they have a 150-year-old cat on display that they found.
Like taxidermied
Yeah,
or like mummified?
Like mummified. And it's on display in like the little lobby area. And we were over there and me and my dad were joking around. We're like, haha, here, kitty, kitty, you know? And we have an EVP and you hear a meow.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
So I'll have to clip that for you. It's really weird.
Yeah. So Gilmore Brown owned the Pasadena Playhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
Gotta hit him with the
I was like,
there's so many good things that he could
but
have
I was
done.
sort of like, what are you doing? Am I supposed to be making these noises I've never heard? Gilmore Brown owned the Pasadena Playhouse. So, and he has this desk. We could go back there too. It's very affordable and very close.
The Pasadena Playhouse?
Yeah.
It is not affordable.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
It is. Yeah.
The last I checked, it was not.
I'll tell you later how
Do you
much
know
we paid.
Do you know someone? Because
No.
do you want to know how much it is now?
How much do you think it is?
It's $1,000 now.
We paid $150. And then the second time they had an opening and they called us and we paid $50.
Well, it is definitely not that no more.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably because of us. We put them on the map.
Well, why don't you try reaching out to them and see what you get?
I try. So I'm in Gilmore Brown's office, the owner of the Pasadena Playhouse, who hates people sitting at his desk. So I'm sitting at his desk, and this is what happens.
Sir.
Gilmore. Can you say Brown? Brown. Gilmore. Is that Brown? Then Gilmore?
That's what it sounded like.
So to catch Gilmore Brown's name in Gilmore Brown's desk in his office. Wow. Thank you.
In those moments, I always wonder, is the spirit just saying it because you asked someone to say it, or is it Gilmore Brown saying it?
We'll never know. It's so specific.
Yeah.
The spirit in that room would have to know who Gilmore Brown was, probably, whether it was him or not.
Still very cool. And your name was very clear.
Yeah. And then I got a really big why. I spent a long time in there by myself one night and was very scared. Of
course.
It changes when you're by yourself.
Sure.
Was very scared, and I'm at that table by myself, and I'm like, can you make contact with us? Can you use something? And then I got this like, why? And I was like, oh, trying to gather evidence, sir. Like, I was very scared. The next location is my favorite location I've ever been still, because it's the reason I wanted to hunt ghosts, is because, of course, Ghostbusters, of course, growing up being interested in it. I remember literally like a dirty CD burned with a Sharpie, Ghost Adventures on it. They didn't have a show yet. My buddy was like, oh, you like ghost stuff? Watch this. They're going to have a show soon, like Ghost Hunters. Ghost Hunters was already on, and I already kind of found it boring.
Yeah.
But I kind of was like, oh, there's like a group. And I was watching it, but it wasn't exciting for me.
Yeah.
I threw in that Ghost Adventures documentary and was like, I've got to get to that basement. They ran away. I won't ran away. I'm a pro wrestler.
I won't ran away.
I won't ran away. We caught a bunch of stuff. I'm from Alabama. Give me a break. Public school. 5 viewers.
Oh my God. Aloha.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Please say hello. Ask questions. We're here for you. So the next big place we went was Goldfield, and it was like it fell into our laps. It was coincidence. We went, pulled up as also the time Red Roberts was pulling up. Red was like, "Hi." He thought he was there to show us around, so he walked us in, said, "Go check it out." I was running around filming B-roll. And then the lady who was supposed to meet us was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here yet." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." But we got to meet Red. He told us a great story about like when he bought the hotel, he heard it was haunted. So he went there the first night by himself, stood in the middle of the place and was like, "I'm here all night. Scare me. Like, show me you're real." And he said he walked around that hotel the whole night and he didn't feel alone, but he didn't see anything and he didn't get approached or made contact. But he definitely, after that night, felt it was haunted without anything happening. He walked the building alone the night he bought it. He bought it for his wife to fix it up for her so they could run a hotel together, but it just kept not working. So this is a very quick clip. This is our first shadow figure. We have ran through this a million times. So this is back when just me and Brian had cameras. Brian is in a room with Boom I hear something in the hallway. I go into the hallway. I shine down this way and back. There's no IR light behind me. There's no way I am making a shadow in night vision. At the end of the hallway, there's a figure. You can see the split of the legs, and it's very, as I get to it, it kind of moves as I turn. I'll play it once or twice if you want. Little shadow figure, Goldfield Hotel action.
Because we hear you guys are here. Tell us you're here. Because we hear you guys are here. Tell us you're here.
Man, it's hard to see.
Yeah, you gotta put it in slow-mo, but you can
I'll
see
do it
the
one more
leg.
time.
Because we hear you guys are here. Tell us you're here.
Yeah,
It's-
you
it's
can
an
see
outline.
like 2 legs.
It
down
looked
at the
like a
bottom.
woman in a short dress, or a skinny-legged kind of figure. One more
Can you
time.
pause it?
I don't think I can pause it through the way they're
Okay.
loaded here.
Okay.
Let's watch it again.
Because we hear you guys are here. Tell us you're here.
I definitely see 2 legs.
But there's definitely a shadow down there.
There's definitely,
Yeah.
like I can see like distinct legs on this thing.
And that's not the room we were investigating. For some
Yeah.
reason, I checked the hall, and I didn't mean. It's
not
like
coincidental.
maybe they were coming, and I checked and went
Yeah, your
back.
intuition.
And they didn't expect to get caught.
One more time.
Yeah.
Because we hear you guys are here. Tell us you're here.
Yeah, it's like the legs. It's kind of white.
Yeah.
Like almost like a dress. Yeah.
You can see the sides and the split of the leg, and
Mhm.
as I go, it sort of starts to go too.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because we hear you guys are here. Tell us you're here.
How was it so clear that time?
Oh my
That time
God.
it was so
Yeah.
clear. I could see the head and everything,
Yeah.
and I could see that it tucked away.
Woo!
Ah.
That's cool.
Um,
It's like that's not the first time you caught when you're on the Queen Mary B340 when you caught that shadow. It seems like
That's
whenever you're
season
just
2.
like not. I know, but it seems like whenever you're not trying.
yeah, I
You get
cannot.
shit.
I cannot wait to watch all this Nevada footage. There's
excited.
so much. There's literally,
There's
I would
gotta
say,
be something.
I would say there's 4 times the footage of a normal episode for us.
Well, then we can have a full hour to showcase to the world.
Hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it. That's pretty clear. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was, and it's one of those things you're watching when you're reviewing, and that's why we watch. If I got 4 camera angles, I sit and watch the whole thing. And you'll see something and you're not sure about it, and you go back and you go back and you go back, and then you like touch the brightness a little bit, and it's like, oh, like it's pretty amazing.
Hi, Joe.
Hello, Joe. You haven't finished Nevada? No, I have not. Have not finished Nevada. I'm still watching the probably. I think it's 28 hours of footage we have. I'm sort of watching when I can right now for stuff like that. Moment we just saw. And then, all right, so the next thing we caught at Goldfield is the most bizarre thing we've ever experienced.
Back down the hall.
Stairs.
You got it. What was that? The male. It sounded exactly like the Charman voice that I got with Frank. It sounded like my voice from the Charman video saying, "You got it."
Stairs.
You got it.
You got it.
That is so fucking
How do you get?
wild.
I got full pin.
That is
How
so
do you get?
fucking wild.
How do you get the same exact voice?
Like, how does that even happen?
From
and it's not
Ojai,
even
California
just
to
like Joseph,
Goldfield,
it was
Nevada.
your voice. It wasn't even the you got it voice. It was your voice saying you got it.
And what's screwed
Say
up,
you
if you
got
think
it.
about it like this, the first spirit box of my voice saying you got it, I hadn't said you got it yet. But that's why I loop stuff. People are like, why do you loop it like 8 times? So it's
Because
in
you
your
can hear it.
face.
Yeah.
Because after a second, that's sort of how I do it. Once you start to hear it, you're like, oh yeah, it's absolute.
Yeah. That's weird. And
I
it
just
makes
got
you wonder, like,
what is happening
what is
on the
going
other
on?
side.
Yeah. And what is happening at Goldfield?
You
It's like a
tell
portal.
me, Mandy Maisie. We are going back to that town. We're going back to the town. I cannot
know.
wait
I'm so
to stand
excited.
in front of that hotel again.
I wish we can go inside, but
We have to do a photo shoot in front of the hotel.
yeah, we have to.
We
should
have
talk
to do
some
a
people
bunch of photo shoots.
and see what we can do.
Well, I don't want to get distracted from the school. The school
No,
has
like
its
photos.
own,
I want to take some cool photos.
I mean, even out front is just amazing. God, it's so great.
But yeah, no, that was definitely your voice saying you got it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
Freaking lootly. That is crazy. That is right. Dude, that was your voice. Yes. It's so bizarre. I want to do a big thing. If I was Bagans, I would like have half the team go to Goldfield and half the team go to Foster Bowl and do like a telecam where we talk to each other. But what I want to do, I want to go back to Foster Bowl with Frank and see if we can get a you got it, or even if we can go back to Goldfield, take Frank to Goldfield.
Oh, that would be cool.
See if something is trying to make contact to Frank Ryberg, or if in any way, I bet if we look deep enough, there's some connection. Would be pretty amazing.
I don't know. Goldfield to me is like just one big portal.
That whole town
The
amount of people that came to that town with hopes and dreams of a better life, to have them shot in the back of the head on the way to the bank, to mine yourself bloody through a whole day for a little nugget of gold, and to have your head beat in with a boot to save money on bullets to take that little piece of gold. That's where the money was, not the mining, robbing the miners. It was so bloody for these little bits of gold. And this is one of the most terrifying pieces of footage we have. We were not alone in the Goldfield.
Turn on. Can you make the blue light light up, please?
The fact that it hasn't turned on.
Can you make the blue light light up, please?
That thing almost hit me in the face.
No.
How close is that bat?
They're so cool, though. Look at them.
Yes, Chris, that town is funky. Yeah, that bat is pretty damn close. I mean, I've seen bats. I got bats at Preston Castle in photos that like I'm confused for so long, and then I go, "Oh, it's a bat. That's what that shape is."
Yeah.
But that thing,
like
it was like, whoa, and like it buzzed me 5 or 6 times, and I didn't know what it was. Yeah,
Chris, we want to come back.
Yes. Thank you for watching.
I know. I appreciate it.
I
didn't see any bats at Nevada State. I'm actually kind of disappointed I didn't see any bats.
I think I heard something once, a squeak of something, maybe. We definitely, me and Emily heard one at the mill, and I just edited that, so that's what it was.
Well,
once again,
I had some interesting experiences at Goldfield too. When
you went into the hotel.
Yeah. I investigated there, and I got my hair pulled. Well, so I already told the story about how I saw the guy behind me and he walked right into the wall, down in the basement. I got a really weird EVP down in the basement. I still don't really know what it says, but it sounds like it's saying like thump her. And I don't know why it's saying thump her. Like who uses that language anymore? But
maybe it's spirits trying to figure out how to like make physical contact, and they're like, try like a thump, like try thumping her. Like,
yeah, it was really weird. And then I got my hair pulled on the second floor. As I was leaving, my ponytail just got yanked, and it hurt. And it scared the shit out of me. And it hurt. But other than that, I didn't have, I mean, I had some, there were definitely a lot of spirits there for sure.
yeah.
But no, like, I mean, the basement, seeing that figure go into the wall is probably the biggest experience I had there. I also got a weird EVP of what sounds like a goat, and I don't know where that came from.
Huh.
So I don't know. Goldfield Hotel is like one big clusterfuck to me. That's the best way I can explain it. It's just a clusterfuck of energy.
I would love to go back.
There's so much happening and not happening all at the same time.
Well, the school's supposed to be just as active. I'm so excited for the Goldfield School. Not telling you guys when.
I'm excited for the Goldfield School.
HPD has booked Goldfield School. We were doing it very soon.
I don't know much about the school. So that'll be interesting. I didn't even know they had a school.
We have our little mill party. We'll watch the GAC episodes as a group.
I kind of want to go in blind.
No, I want don't do all that medium blindness. You want to investigate, and then I want to show you this last clip.
Okay.
This is something I'm very proud of. It's an experiment I've always wanted to do. Goldfield has that famous cowboy that pokes his head out at the end of the hallway. What do cowboys do? They got shootouts. There is not a flat wall at the end of this hallway. Try to tell me there is. Where there's a concrete wall that is straight, there should not be movement. There should not be wavelengths. I can't share this on most social media because I have a fake gun. I have a prop gun. I put caps in my gun. I challenged the cowboy at the end of the hall to pop out and have a shootout with me. I've always wanted to have a cowboy shootout. Just wait till you get me to Tombstone. But here's my shootout. And tell me this is there. Tell me there is not something at the end of this hallway looking at me.
You're supposed to be in this corner. I hear you're pretty fast in the draw. Bet you I'm faster. Can you pop out from there? Pop out! You ready? In 3, 2, 1.
I totally saw movement.
But there's not a wall.
Yeah.
It's just black, like constantly. And at the end, it's like elbow and like a head.
Yeah. Coming out.
And that cap was so loud in there.
Oh my God. That's really cool.
Another moment where I was like, people are going to see I had a shootout with a ghost. Travel Channel's calling, get the phone ready. And I guess my phone's broke. I've never seen that. I've never seen people do stuff like that.
Well, I think some people would, if they're sensitive, I feel like they would consider it provoking in a way. But I think it's cool to use yourself.
It's a cowboy. So it's the cowboy that popped out, and there were documented 8 deaths from a big shootout on that floor. So how else to have a shootout? You
It's
know?
like you can't miss that opportunity.
Still got the gun. Still got the gun.
But are you quick like Doc Holliday?
Yeah. Doc. Oh, when I get to Tombstone, I'm gonna be full Western the whole time. I'm just gonna sit with my guns and just walk the streets. But you can't say that there was nothing at the end of that hallway.
No. There was definitely something happening.
So much movement, and it looked so active.
There was a lot happening. And I remember too when we were at Goldfield, it always looked like there was something moving. Like they didn't want to interact with you. They wanted to hang back and look at you from down the hall.
I think even if there was a cowboy spirit, he recognizes what I was doing and he got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
He was like,
oh shit.
Thank you. Like, thank you for bringing back, what do normal people do? Is there someone here with us? Can you tell me your name? I bring a fucking gun and shoot it out with the cowboy.
I bring a gun and I shoot at the cowboys.
Where else are you going to see the cat? Where else are you going to hear cat meows? Where else are you going to see shootouts? HPD!
Too cool for school. I agree with you, Joe. The Western towns always
so much
have
death.
Activity that is.
It was a time of dreams and a time of just murder.
Hell yeah.
I want to leave you guys with one last thing.
One more.
So the 6 of you watching, tell everyone you know, go on to Paraflix, because this Saturday night at 9/8 Central, we get to meet Daisy. I took the team down to Marietta, California, to investigate one of the oldest structures in the entire state. A grain elevator that was built in 1918 and closed in the 1970s after a massive fire. It's over 100 feet tall, was considered at one time the most haunted location in the entire state. The Kia Mill. We are the Hollywood Paranormal Detectives. Here we go again.
Where did he go? I just saw a, lady in white. Thought that I just saw a man standing there.
Say goodnight.
Whoa!
Good night.
What?
Good
That
night.
was crazy. I heard that. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due.
Who's
The fun
singing
part-
at the end?
That's Emily. She was singing walking around.
Oh my gosh.
But
That's
that
exciting.
was. I'm excited for you guys to see our footage because I've seen both. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen anything.
Oh, it's gonna be good. So you can only see that this Saturday on Paraflix. Link is in our bio. Go to the link tree in all of our bios. Go to Paraflix. Sign up now. That's where you can see it. This new team, it's very different than every episode we've ever done. We try to be a little more cinematic. We got some amazing stuff. We got some amazing visuals we caught through a drone. We actually flew the drone as opposed to a lot of people have been buying drone footage. Have you been seeing this phenomenon?
What?
I've seen this phenomenon where people I'm going to go to the Kia Mill. And then it's them in their car and they're like, let's fly our drone. And it's this epic $10 million drone footage. And it's like, oh, wow, this is amazing. It's there's no way you're flying that drone.
My God.
Watch some Kia Mill other
It's a whole new
investigators.
level.
And there's one that they fly around the Kia Mill and then they see a monster Pikachu attacking someone. And it has over 1 million views. So maybe we should get some Pikachu monster action.
If that's what it takes. Chris, once it streams on Paraflix, it will stay on Paraflix so you can watch it anytime.
Yes, it'll always be on Paraflix. Season 1, 2, and 3 are on our YouTube channel and on Paraflix, but season 4 is Paraflix only. You'll never see it on YouTube. Only way to see it is through Paraflix, because, you know, how else are you going to get behind something and make it grow without putting it all in? So we are all in for Paraflix on season 4. Oh, and you will not be disappointed.
Also, Paraflix right now, so it's typically $34.99 for a year subscription. They're doing 25% off right now. So for a year, you can get 25% off. So it brings it down to like $26 for the whole year. Just if
And I
anyone's
think
interested.
Promo code HPD10 still gets you maybe 10% off more. And use our link so Paraflix knows you went through HPD.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get out of here. We did it again, Crazy Maisie. We got to 9:30. First, I want to thank all our Patreon people for making this show happen. This show is paid for by Patreon. More Patreon, more HPD. If you like this amazing Ghosts We Believe shirt designed by yours truly, HPD, Ghosts We Believe, because we believe in ghosts. We believe in Bigfoot. We believe in you. Go to our teespring.com. We have a lot of cool shirts, a lot of cool merch. Get that merch. Hit that Instagram, hashtag HPD. Give us a tag. We will retweet it and maybe put it on the end of one of the episodes. Ooh. We got some big investigations coming up. This Saturday night, you got to see Kia Mill. Kia Mill is going to... This is the one, Mandy. We are going to... Just like I thought with Goldfield, and just like
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to
this is the
see
one.
myself.
HPD is going to get together live, and we're going to watch it, and maybe we'll go live and answer some questions if anybody wants. If there's an interest, we don't know. But for Crazy Mandy Maisie, for Stupid Steve Atkins, this is HPD Live. See ya.